Hey everyone, gear up, because we're about to take a wild ride into the dusty, chaotic world of Score International Baja 1000 for the PlayStation 2. This 2008 off-road racing game tried to bring the thrill and grit of the legendary Baja race right into your living room. Looking at it from a 2025 perspective, let's have an honest, kind of nostalgic chat about how it still holds up, how it compares to other games from back then, and whether it's worth crashing into your retro game collection for a fun dose of nostalgia. Score International is really all about capturing the thrill of one of the most intense off-road races out there. Imagine 1,000 miles of desert chaos sand, rocks, and vehicles that can go from roaring in glory to smoking wrecks in just minutes. The game tries to bring that raw, gritty energy to life with a mix of trucks, bikes, ATVs, and buggies. On paper, it sounds pretty amazing, right? But in reality, well, honestly, it's a bit rough around the edges. The controls feel floaty, almost like they're not really connected to the vehicles. The physics sometimes seem like they were made by someone who's never actually seen a vehicle off-road. And while the environments are big, they can feel pretty empty. Long stretches where there's not much to see or do. Compared to something like MotorStorm on PS3, which came out just a year earlier, or MX vs ATV, Score International feels like the budget cousin who shows up late to the race and forgot to fill up the tank. Let's keep things fair. This is a PS2 game, and back in 2008, that console was definitely nearing the end of its life. So, when we look at the graphics from the lens of 2025, we should be a bit forgiving. That said, even by PS2 standards, the visuals are pretty average. The textures come off muddy, the draw distance feels pretty limited, and the environments just don't feel very lively. Mostly, it's just sand, and then more sand. When it comes to gameplay, this game feels like a mix between arcade fun and simulation. It's not quite realistic enough to rival Colin McRae Rally, but it also doesn't have the over-the-top craziness of Burnout or Need for Speed. The AI tends to be a bit rubber bandy, the damage effects are pretty basic, and the track design often feels like a monotony of beige corridors. Still, there's a lot of charm. It has multiplayer and split-screen options, which in 2008, with some friends over, could quickly turn into a loud, laugh-filled chaos. If you enjoy finding the quirks and weirdness in a game and just leaning into it, this could be a lot of fun. Fast forward to 2025, and it's become a relic, a piece of gaming history that's oddly endearing. It's a throwback to an era where mid-tier titles aimed high and took risks. For collectors or off-road racing fans, it's a quirky snapshot of when developers thought, hey, why not make a Baja game for PS2, and just went for it. So how does Score Baja stack up in 2025? Well, if you're coming from the stunning visuals of Forza Horizon or Dakar Desert Rally in full 4K ray-traced glory, yeah, this game might feel a bit like stepping back in time. But hey, fossils can be pretty cool too. They tell stories about the past and remind us of where everything started. Honestly, I'd give this game a solid 5 out of 10. Not because it's broken or totally awful, but because it's a bit limited. It's very much a product of its era, has a narrow focus and modest polish. But if you fire it up today on your dusty old PS2, or fire up an emulator and just accept the chaos, you might stumble onto something worth holding on to. If you've played this game before, I'd love to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite retro racing game? And hey, if you enjoyed cruising through this nostalgic trip down memory lane, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more retro reviews. Until next time, keep those tires muddy and your standards just a little bit nostalgic.
Medium left. Caution ahead. Quick left. Quick left. Caution ahead. Hard left. Hard right. Medium left. medium right. Easy right. Medium left. Easy right. Caution ahead, medium right.
They said it was styles. What's up now?